Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yes, today is the 2nd of May 2021 and the time now is 6:15 a.m. Well, today our topic is what is a hard pill to swallow but makes everything easier once you do? So before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Yeah, so Eric, for this topic, the words hard pill to swallow. So it just means something uh, that is hard to accept, um, but we have to face it. Is it something like this?
Mm, yeah, you also can think this is a typical task, and then after you start and do it,
Mm.
uh, and then it will make your life easier and make your life better.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Um, okay, so just now you say is this could be a task and um, all right. So, what else can it be? Can it be just something like something mentally, which is
And can
oh
mm,
yeah, okay. So yeah, so I think rationalization is quite common among people, and then uh, we talk about to accept something which normally is not that good. Is quite difficult. And many of the times we manage to cheat ourselves, and then yeah, maybe we ourselves know it, but somehow we get cheated. Yeah, and then yeah, to for the topic today, I think what I can think of is to accept that uh, our dream will only be a dream if we don't take action. Yeah, for this one, yeah, I would like to give an example of what I uh, dream of yet when I was young. When I was around 12 or even younger, I started to play basketball. And at that time, I really liked basketball. And then I watched a lot of videos uh, from YouTube. It is the NBA videos. And then I also play basketball a lot with my brothers, with my friends. And then yeah, actually at that time I play basketball 3 times or more in a week. Yeah, and then at that time I have a dream to uh, which is to dunk 扣篮.
mm,
Yeah, and then uh, what I do when I was young, I remember that I like to jump and then to see how high I can touch.
mm,
And in my home in my house, there are a lot of stickers on the wall, which I actually put a sticker on my finger, and then I run and jump to see how high I can touch, and then I
mm,
tip my finger on the wall.
mm,
Yeah, and then actually I almost forgot about this. But recently, when I went to one of my students' house, and I saw actually he is doing the same thing which I was doing because I can saw the marks on the wall, and
mm,
then I asked him, and he said, yeah, he want to jump higher, but he doesn't play basketball. What he play is badminton.
Oh,
Yeah, so okay, so go back to my story. Yep, and then yeah, when I was young, I was not tall, as well as right now. I'm not. And then actually, for for me to dunk, it is almost impossible. Yeah, and then at that time somehow I still believe that maybe one day I can achieve. Yeah, and then yeah, at that time I think um I really believe it can be achieved. But right now I think it was so stupid of me at that time. And um yeah, so what I think is um yeah, at that time I should have uh should have do something instead of okay, the dream itself is not a wrong thing. The dream itself is acceptable. But um at that time I only had that dream, and without bring it to action actually. I I keep jumping, but I didn't go for some deliberate practice, for example, uh, to have some jumping practice, and then to have some regular training. No, at that time, yeah, I just used my time to play some basketball, and then hope that one day I can jump higher and higher. Yep. So and then without training at that time, and second is uh um without uh considering that whether that is achievable. And then actually it is not difficult to do so. I can just see other people which their height is below 170, I mean 1.7 meter, to see whether they can dunk. Uh, I can try to look at the basketball players in yeah, just in our country, in the Malaysia team, to see if there is some players which their height is around 1.7, and can they dunk? If they couldn't, then how is it possible for me to dunk? Yep. So at that time, yeah, I just didn't think in this way. Yep. So actually, for the case of my student, he plays badminton, and then I had a chance to ask him whether he has any dream or what he want to do in the future. Um, and he told me that he wished to become a badminton player uh, who can play as well as Dato Lee. And then yeah, so for this one, I think maybe he can take it into I mean uh, take it into action to do it. How to do it? I think maybe uh, he can ask his parents to look for maybe a coach, and then have the regular practice, and then if he had the chance, try to take part some competition. Yep, and then to see um to try it, and then to see whether he like this kind of life, which maybe he had uh, to have regular training a few times in a week, which is not easy. Yep. So yeah, I think uh, if he can do this, and maybe he will have a better uh, uh, understanding of whether this is achievable or whether this is what he want. Yep. So yeah, so for here I think is to accept that um our dream will still be a dream which we cannot achieve if we didn't do something, if we didn't uh, have a system how to do it, how to achieve it. Yep. And then yes, also the same topic, talking about dreams, and I try to link it to my uh, current current life, and also I used to have a dream that uh, I can speak I can speak English really really well, and then to the extent that I can speak like a native, and then I can kind of like become a best teacher in Malaysia. Yep, this is a dream, and then yeah, I soon found that this dream is too far away, and right now I also don't have a very good uh, um, plan to achieve that. So yeah, to realize that this is uh, almost impossible to achieve so easily, and I think the things that I can do here is to accept that this dream is too far away, and right now I don't have a very good way to achieve it. But it doesn't mean that um, what I'm doing right now is wrong. I think what I can do is to change my attitude to be more practical. Yeah, and even though I may not become the person I wish to be, but it is somehow still useful for me to improve myself, and then I may not need to be the best. I still can uh, I still can be a teacher, but uh, and when talk about the best, it is a dream.
Yeah,
Yes.
what's the best to you?
Okay, the best uh the best here okay, firstly, the the knowledge in this language must be at the top. Yeah, and
What
then
knowledge?
yeah, a
What
knowledge.
knowledge? Yeah,
Yeah,
what knowledge in terms of what? Can
okay,
you give some
knowledge about
example?
this language, for example, um, know about all the grammar, and then know how to apply. And then yeah, I firstly I don't talk about whether I can teach somebody well. I just talk about the level of the knowledge.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think this is something that I dream to achieve.
Yeah, I miss what's the highest knowledge you uh you need to learn to become like the best teacher?
Um,
What kind of knowledge? Is this something like the history, Latin, and then you need to know how what's this what the English word derive from? Derive
yeah,
from?
this could be because if we talk about Chinese language, it's also the same. Uh, when we learn a language, we also learn the history of that particular language.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that is something included.
But after learning this, you will you become the best teacher?
Um, um, Okay, for other people maybe it may not, but to me I think um I yeah, to me I will say yes to myself.
Mm. So, if you want to become the best teacher that can help student grow, or you want to become a person uh, which have which have a higher level of knowledge, so you feel good.
Um, okay, I think both of the uh uh option that you mentioned just now make me feel good, but I actually prefer the second one.
Mm. Yeah. So, maybe actually, uh, this is not your dream. You don't want to become a best teacher. Yeah,
Oh.
because the best teacher not necessarily need to have the highest level of knowledge. They want to explain the nuance uh, in a simple way, in a simple way to allow student understand, and also
Mm,
the best teacher will filter unusable knowledge.
mm,
Yeah, out out of the syllabus, and then uh, uh, they only teach the student uh, the most applicable knowledge.
mm,
For example, it doesn't mean that it is only suitable for exam preparation. For
mm,
example, if you want to teach a child the vocab, how will you teach from dictionary A to Z like this? Like this, recommend? No, you probably will look at some application, some
mm,
apps, and find because those apps will help you to rank uh, the most frequent knowledge.
yeah,
So
the common
the most
usage, right?
yeah the most frequent vocab, and then you teach them according to the ranking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the uh what the teacher
Mm,
uh should do, and the teacher shouldn't like confuse student like this word is derived from Latin and like the Rome. Yeah, so the
mm,
history of this word is actually like uh like you spend like 5 minutes to tell the student a story, and then and because this story required a lot of knowledge,
mm,
which is something that a student cannot understand.
mm. Yep.
So the most direct way I think is uh, you tell them what's the meaning of this vocab.
Mm.
Yeah, and then
Yep.
ask and maybe ask them to memorize.
Yeah, maybe help
It's a
them to
most direct.
memorize, right?
Mm,
Mm. Yep, yep. So, yeah, really, I think maybe I should use a proper word, a proper words uh to describe this. Maybe it's not the best teacher. Maybe it's the um expert in this language.
mm. Then what's the use case after you learn this?
Mm.
What value you can create? What value you can give others?
Um, yeah, with the knowledge, um, yeah, I think, yeah, I will still, doing the same thing, still be the teacher, but, um, yeah, maybe, I can, um, yeah, still teaching, but, maybe it's not teaching, primary or secondary school student.
You means you become a professor teaching in a college.
Yeah, maybe. Yep. But yeah, I know this is a very, very far dream.
Uh, but but the English professor, yeah, maybe they know this, and then I'm not sure whether they have to know, but I think most likely they also won't teach about this.
Okay, not okay, the history of the language is not the only part. They are still a lot other things. Yeah, for example, the structure of a sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are so many types of different structures. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the next point?
Yeah, only this is the only one I can think of is to accept the dream. No, to accept that our dream will only be a dream if we don't take action, and also if we don't have a um an achievable plan to achieve that. I mean, if you don't have a plan how to achieve it, then it will forever become a dream. So it is like to wake up as soon as possible.
Wake up as soon as possible. Just a dream because it is unachievable. So what's the relationship between this point with the topic?
Okay, the topic is something that is difficult to accept, and then once you accept it, uh, your life get easier, right? Yeah. So for this one is to accept that um, this dream is too far away, and you can still improve yourself, but don't go into this direction too much. Yeah, just like you said, a good teacher may also focus on other aspects, focus on how to make your student understand more. Yeah, something
I
like
mean,
this.
yeah, I mean, uh, accept your dream cannot be achievable. Is it very difficult? Is this a quote unquote hard pill? Or maybe is it just a rationalization? Yeah, because you can't achieve. So just remain the dream, just a dream. Maybe
Um,
are you doing some uh are you doing something to kind of avoid putting into effort?
okay, yeah, sometimes it is quite difficult to say whether a dream is achievable. Yeah, even for the example just now to dunk, it is possible to dunk below 1.7 meter. There are people uh who are only 1.6 meters, they can dunk. Uh, yeah, there are also a few of cases like this.
Yeah, I know. So what's the point?
Um, yeah, because um, okay, maybe I could say having this uh awareness, maybe we can focus on how to achieve it, to develop some plans, some systems to achieve this goal. But at the end, if you have uh, um, if you have nothing to do in this in how to achieve it, then yeah, it's time to focus on other things instead of thinking that this is possible.
Okay, yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, I understand what you are saying. I remember you make 3 point, right?
Okay.
Y- Uh, Is
What do
it
you mean
is it
3 points?
you make 3 point? I think mm, yeah, because you say a lot of things. I also don't know what you want to emphasize, because you have you have a bullet, for example, you have a bullet point, but what you are talking, what your explanation irre- uh, is irrelevant, irrelevant to the bullet point you throw to me just now.
Oh,
So is there any relationship between accept accept something, uh if accept the dream if the dream cannot be achievable? So I couldn't find the relationship. Yeah, because I think the first bullet point you say is something like the rationalization, and the second point is
mm.
the dream. Yeah, the bullet point is just a dream, and this is the second one, and the third one is also a dream. But what? Yeah, can you summarize why why rationalization could be one of the hard pill to swallow, but make everything easier once you do? Can you explain? Can you summarize uh, why the second point of dream is a hard pill to swallow, but once you swallow, will make everything easy once you do? And then can you explain and summarize the the third point of dream? Yeah, why is the hard pill to swallow, but once you do it, and then it will make everything easier once you do?
Um, okay, yeah, actually, you said the second point, the third point, actually, uh, I thought I was just, saying only one point. It's an, uh, did I broken it into 3 points? So,
I think yes. Hmm. Because you say,
okay.
yeah, the next one is also a dream. Yeah, I clearly hear this. And then
Um,
I remember the first one is rationalization.
okay. Yeah, rationalization, and then yeah, that is related to the that's just like the example. And then I use the example of myself, and after that I use the example of my students, and after that I use the uh my dream right now to talk about this.
Yeah, okay. So is it just 1 point?
Okay, so which one you want me to like to clarify?
No, you how many point you have mentioned?
Um, okay, I think that are those are just examples, and then the point that I mentioned is because of rationalization, and then um, we somehow believe that some very impossible dream is achievable.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the rest of them is just like some examples.
Mm, yeah. But you give a lot of example which is like against this which is the argument against this uh summary you have made just now. So is you keep mentioning like 170
Mm.
cm
Yeah.
tall guys, or 160 cm tall guy, and I
Mm.
know NBA also got one person which is a legend.
Mm.
He can jump very high, and
Yeah.
he's just like 170 cm.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it is achievable. Yeah, you still can dunk the basketball uh into the basket.
Mm.
Okay. Um, but why you give this example to support to support your point? Is it to against your point or you support your point? This is confusing.
Okay, because there are some cases that it can be achieved, but do you think that you can become the best like in a country for
You mean
any aspect?
uh, you mean the basketball player?
Not only this, maybe other aspects. For example,
Yeah, no.
uh, yeah,
No.
the best singer in Malaysia, the
Mm,
best anything.
no.
Yeah. So if the best, let's say in Malaysia, if the national player, they are the best, right? The best player in this country.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah,
if
okay.
they are 1.7 meter and then they cannot dunk, so yeah, it's almost impossible for you to dunk, because they are best player. They also they also must have the best stamina, the best uh how to say uh the quality of the body.
Okay, so you mean we should look at the expert whether they can achieve or not, and then we look at ourselves. We put them we put ourselves into their shoes. If if they are expert and they also can achieve, so we shouldn't have that high expectation, is it?
Yeah, it's almost like this. And also because the national players, they take so many practice and trainings, and if I don't have the trainings same like them, so again, this is another point to prove that it is impossible to achieve.
So uh so what should you do? You should accept this is inachievable because you didn't have the system, you didn't do the process, you didn't
Mm.
train, so that mm, this is unachievable, of course, is it?
Yeah, also it is also related to even if you try to arrange yourself a training schedule. Yeah, what I
It
say
is still
is,
maybe it is still unachievable. Yeah, even though I arrange the training season to you for you, uh, maybe it is still unachievable. You still can't become the top player.
yeah, yes,
Hmm.
yeah. But at this point, I think if you can accept that a training like this, if you can accept, and uh, I think we still can pursue our dream, even though it may be difficult. But if the training itself you cannot accept, then there's no point to stick on this dream.
Okay, so so okay, from here, can I link to the uh the bullet point you mentioned? So you need to accept your dream if you know it is unachievable.
Ah, yeah, you can say so.
Okay, so I kind of make a breakdown. Your main point is accept your dream
Mm,
is unachievable, and
yeah.
then because it have a breakdown, got two error. The first one is uh you need to know whether it is achievable for human or unachievable for human. So there are two. It have a two breakdown.
Mm,
Okay, and for the unachievable part, okay, this is, let's say this is a second breakdown. Okay, in
yeah.
this unachievable part, there's only have one error. So you adjust and you correct your expectation
Mm,
because this is unachievable for
yeah.
human. So
Stop here.
mm, and then for the first breakdown, if this is achievable for human, and then
Mm,
it also have two breakdown. The first one is uh if this is achievable for human, is this achievable for you? And the second one is if this is achievable but it's not achievable for you. So one is achievable for you and one
mm,
is not achievable for you.
mm, yeah.
Then if this is achievable, so it's the first one, what you should do, what the action, what the process, what the system you should use in order to achieve that. So that here got two breakdown. The first one is eventually you achieve that, and the second one is eventually you still can't achieve. So at the end you need to accept this. So go back to a higher level. If this is unachievable for you, and then you just accept it. So everything at the end, the right hand side, the first second breakdown is you need to adjust your expectation. So it's something like you accept, and then the left side is you have done something, but it is still kind of achievable. So you at the end you accept, and at the middle is actually like it's achievable for human, but it's not achievable for you. Maybe it's time constraint, maybe it's your energy constraint, or something else, or maybe it's like the money. You don't have the money to attend the expensive course, to go to like the Tsinghua University or the Harvard University. So you cannot become like the top player in this field, in this industry. You lack of resources. So at the end you have to accept this. So now if you explain like this, everything here will link up, will have the conclusion to support your view, to support your point. Is it like this?
Yeah, I'm surprised that you make it so clear. And all is broken down into bullet point, and
you have like a diagram, right?
yeah, you show me the diagram. Actually, I myself don't have the diagram.
Yeah. If you want to say one of the top pill you can take in order to make everything easier after you dance is actually make this kind of clear mind. This is something like the mind map. Is it? This is something like the mind map.
Mind map.
And after you done, you can explain something in a clearer way, and also you can make other people more understand more what you want to say. Because not everyone have the patience to listen to all your point and think about it, and think of it, and then use their brain energy to understand, to inquire, to make a query, ask you to confirm, and then also also use their logical ability to make a breakdown and guess what you're trying to say. Okay, for me, but I have one question for you. So to accept something, is this a hard pill to swallow? And if this is, why after you swallow, you will make everything easier once you accept?
Okay, to accept sometimes is it's difficult because it is something like judging yourself. Yeah, and then also it's like to take away the hope in our mind. Yeah, so maybe at that particular moment, you will feel lost. Yeah, but after that, um if you put, how to say, to put forward this acceptance, because after some times you found that you cannot achieve, you still have to accept. So why not you just put forward this acceptance, and then once you accept it, and then you will stop having this dream, and you can pursue other things.
Yeah. Yeah. So my next question is this a dream that you really want to attend? I mean, is this a dream you really want to achieve? So if this is a dream you want to achieve, mm, you would just directly go to the left first breakdown. Yeah, you try hard, you do, and then at the end, maybe you achieve, maybe you don't achieve. So at the end, you accept. But most of the case, we uh, we are not at the left side. We are at the righter side.
Mm,
We are at the righter side. We have a ambiguous and unachievable expectation.
mm,
Yeah, we think we can become a Superman.
mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then at the end, we realize that this is unachievable, so we adjust our expectation. Is this so difficult to do?
Um, um, it may not very it may not be very difficult, but firstly, it takes time, and secondly, um, you will encounter a lot of um difficult times which you fail to get to the next level.
No, I miss most of the time. Okay, there's a premise. Most of the time, we are not at the left side. We are actually at the right side in the diagram. Do you agree this?
Yeah, we always overestimate ourselves.
Uh,
You
what do
mean
you mean?
we have the hope to feel like we can do it, right? We can achieve it.
No, we have both of the breakdown. You have the hope. The yeah, but yeah, now I have a clear diagram in my mind, but you don't have the clear diagram in your mind. It's so
Um,
fun.
okay, because I actually draw the diagram on a
The,
paper, but the diagram is go I didn't broke it I didn't make it from the bottom from the top to the bottom. I actually make it from the left to the right. So when you
yeah.
say at the
Okay.
left or at the right, I was quite confused.
The left the left part is actually you have the dream, you have the hope, and then at the end you try hard to do, you put in effort, but at the end it may
Okay,
achieve
so
or it may not achieve.
the left is the one that you say is the first scenario, right? And
Yeah.
the first is always the achievable. Firstly is achievable for human, and next is achievable for ourselves, and next is uh we have the system action process, and is
Mm,
we achieve it. Is it?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the left.
Mm,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So the right is unachievable.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Right. So so you agree we are at the right side in most of the time. So that means we have a wrong expectation. We have a wrong and high expectation about this. So and this is unachievable. So we adjust our expectation. So um, so and just now you say yeah, because most of the time we overestimate ourselves. So what do you mean about this? Are you refer to the left side or are you refer to the right side?
Okay, for this is the left side.
Oh, yeah. So what I want to say is most of the time we are not in the left side, we are in the right side. Yeah. So if in most of the time we are at the right side, this is a hard pill.
Right side.
You have a wrong and high level of expectation. This is the right side. So that means this is something that unachievable for humans.
Yeah.
You want to become a Superman, but some side effects, if evidence show that you can't fly. Yeah, you can't fly using your body part,
Yeah.
and you don't have superpower, you don't have like the super strength, so you cannot become a Superman. So you need to adjust your expectation. Is it hard to do? Is this the hard pill?
Okay, if it is unachievable for human, then it is not very hard to accept because nobody can achieve it.
Okay, then how about we look at the middle side? The middle one is actually, this is achievable for human, but it is not achievable for you and for most of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only achievable for the minority of people, but not for you, not for most of the people. For example, you can't become the top player in AB. You can't join the NBA team.
Yeah.
Or maybe you also cannot become the athlete that attend and then attend the Olympic competition. Yeah. So there are many things. This is yeah, it is something like a sport game. A sport game, only minority of people can have the chance. Can have the chance to play the game, and other people is the other viewer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and also something like, for example, you want to become a top gamer. Yeah. And you can play game, but you cannot play so pro as those experts. And also it requires some talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you are poor, you want to become rich, but to admit yourself, you can't become the next Elon Musk. You can't become the next Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. This is of course there is a possibility. There is a possibility, but it is a very very small possibility.
Yeah.
So that in this case, in this middle one, you know that it is achievable for human, but it may not achievable for majority of people, including you. So to accept this, is this a hard pill?
I would say it is harder than the first scenario that you mentioned. But here, it still maybe we'll have some disappointment, but it still can be accepted.
Yeah, so that means only the left hand side after we work hard. Yeah, really after we work hard, and then finally we discover that we cannot achieve, so we have to accept.
Yeah.
For example, you become a basketball player, but at the end you spend like 5 years time, you spend 10 years time, but at the end you still can't join the NBA team. That's a real pain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the scenario you mentioned here is actually for this subset. Yeah, for this very specific subset. But I think this is not applicable for most of the people. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is good. Yeah, because we I'm not sure whether you have you have the experience, but actually I don't have. I don't have the experience that I really put in a lot of time, a lot of effort to do something, like 1 year's time, 2 years time, 5 years time, and then I cannot achieve. So I'm forced to accept this. I don't have this experience. Do you have?
Me too.
Mm,
Neither.
yeah.
Mm.
So yeah. Yeah, that there's something what I want to say.
Mm.
Okay, for my point, okay, if I want to say is about, okay, if I want to say what's the hard pill for people to do, and actually to your point, I think to take action is actually the harder pill for most of people do. Yeah, I mean the to take action and do it is actually the real hard pill for most of the people to swallow because they don't take action.
Yeah.
So they don't take action, and then they have that they keep thinking about it. They keep the dream in their mind, but they don't take the effective action. Yeah, if you really know this is something that you don't want to achieve, this is not a problem.
Yeah.
Because you don't take action, it's not a problem. But if you know this is something that you really want to achieve, but you still don't take action, this is a problem. I think this is the real hard pill you should take.
Mm.
You to take action, and then even though you cannot become the top player, but you still can gain something in the process. Yeah, remember the atomic habit. Yeah, this is not something that you have to achieve at the end so you can get the result, you can see the returns. This is not something like that. You becoming you are becoming the person you wish to be, but maybe at the end maybe you can't become the person you wish to be in finally, but it's but it is but it is this is not something you should focus, because what you should focus is about the system, the process. And identity is not like who you want to become, what you want to do. It's not the achievement. It's actually who you wish to become is becoming the person who can do something. It's not the person who can achieve something. It's the person who can do something.
Yeah.
The person can run the system. The person can run the process. It's not the person
Can achieve the goal.
Yeah. So if you think so, if you describe who you wish to be into this goal concept, so
Yeah.
you are not identity. You are not using identity based approach. You are still using the goal based approach. Yeah. Yeah. So at here I think there's a greater fact, which is you don't really need to become the top player, the expert, but you still can earn a living. You still can enjoy your life. You still can gain some happiness. Yeah. So yeah. This diagram, the diagram you give me is true. Is a true. We cannot achieve, but this is the goal-based approaches to see something. This is not like the system-based or identity-based approach to see something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you still can gain the happiness. You still can like earn money even though you are not a top player. For example, you are a teacher, yeah, and you are not the best teacher, but you still can you still can earn a lot of money, and then you can put it into investment, and you put it into investment. You are not the top investor, but you still can earn the average returns, at least the market return.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to become the expert. You don't have to become the top player. You still can enjoy your life. Yeah, I think so take action is actually, to me is the, in my humble opinion, is actually taking action. It's actually the real hard pill you should swallow. And once you do, and it will make everything easier. But over time, you will see, yeah, because it takes time, just like you say, it takes time. Over time, something will change, yeah, and your life will become easier, and your life will become better. So to me, by standing a higher, by standing at the hill, yeah, at the hill at the top of the hill to see this diagram, yeah, I would say taking action is actually the real hard pill, but not the accept one.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually, for those people who really put in effort, yeah, actually, more or less they know their ability, and they know their restriction, they know the constraint. They cannot become the top player. But would they would they give up? Maybe yes, maybe no. But would they really feel that hard to accept the fact? Actually, no. And would this dream really affect their life? They have to achieve that. And if they cannot achieve, they can't feel good. Will it become that? Will it be that scenario? No. Will it be that situation? No. For example, you are a teacher, and you join the industry, and then you work for 1 year, and you suddenly realize that you cannot become the best teacher. Yeah. Maybe you can, but it is a small possibility. But so what? So what? Yeah. This is not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Hey, like, I'm an accountant. I also know that I cannot become the top accountant. So what? Yeah, not a big deal. So so by right, so right now you also can see, for those people who really put in effort, and because they know the technical constraint, in their industry, so they properly know what they can achieve, what they cannot, because they have experience in that field. Now, so over time they'll accept this. Yeah, just like you, just like me. Over time, we will accept this. Yeah. I would say subconsciously. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, to me, this is not the real hard pill. And when is the real hard pill? You too focus about the goal. You didn't focus about the system. Yeah. So, by looking things like this, so it is hard for you, because you force yourself to achieve something so that you can feel happy.
Yeah.
I think in this case, this is not change the mindset to accept something. It's actually change the way you think something. Yeah. So maybe you should read the Atomic Habit. Yeah. If some people really feel hard to accept something.
Yep.
Yeah. So for me, the first point is actually take action, and the second point is a subset of the take action. Okay. What is this? is actually the automation, the task automation. And in my industry is actually the data automation. And data automation is a subset of the task automation, and task automation is the subset of putting effort and taking the reaction. Okay, is it clear? I miss the relationship. Is it clear for the relationship? I haven't started my point about the automation.
Okay.
So can you think what's the subset is like a big circle? Taking action is the big circle.
Okay.
Just now I have explained. Yeah, just now I have explained. Yeah, why the taking action is the real appeal. Yeah. So my second point is also about the taking action, but it's a smaller circle inside the taking action. So it's a subset. It's actually the task automation.
Okay.
Yeah. TASK, task automation.
Yeah.
Yeah. For this task automation, okay, the easiest example is actually make it as a habit. If you find something is important and something you have to do, make it as a habit. Yeah. So so you can reduce the energy consumption in your conscious mind, so that you pass the task to the from the conscious to the subconscious, so that you make the task, you automate the task. Yeah. So you don't have to put in energy every time.
Yeah.
When you have to do the task. So this is the one of the point. Make it as a habit, and everyone can do.
Yeah.
The second point, you have to learn some programming language, because nowadays we are in the digitalized world. Okay, and then most of our tasks is related to computer. Yeah, you can learn some programming language to automate your task, and you also can like try some new software. Yeah, for example, last time you share one of the software is like, I think it's the Google Classroom, is it?
Yeah.
And one of the features of the Google Classroom is you can write, you can design the question to the student. For example, like the multiple choice to student, and then they can take the quiz, they can take the exam, they can take the test. So after they take the test, they can get the result immediately, because you have the answer, and you also can write down the explanation. Yeah, why you would choose this answer, because this, and why this answer is wrong, and why this answer is correct. You also can design this. So this is also one of the task automation. And after you've done this, it is a hard thing, and it requires you to spend a lot of time. You have to do this. But once you do this, it will benefit you for the rest of your life, and it also will benefit other people for the rest of their life. Because for you, like as a teacher, you don't have to mark the paper.
Assignment.
Yeah, and also you don't have to explain. You don't have to keep explaining the same thing to your students. Now look at the question 1. Yeah, so why this question? What this question trying to ask, and then why A is wrong, why B is wrong, why C is wrong, and why D is correct. Yeah, and we have experience in our primary school, secondary school, and even like college, university, and lecture doing this all the time, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, but if you can make it automate, Yeah, you can make it automate, and you can spend lesser time on this. And now it's student, if they don't know, they look at your explanation, but they still don't know why this is the answer, why this is wrong. Yeah, and they can ask you, and you can have like something like the FAQ. Yeah, frequently asked question.
Yeah.
So you add it, yeah, you add in to your explanation to the particular question, or maybe add in to a section, which is the FAQ. And then everyone also can benefit from it. Yeah, so you make the task automate. This is a task automation. So
Yeah.
you can try some programming language to achieve that. For example, like WhatsApp. Like your in your field, you sometimes maybe you need to notify students.
Yeah, to inform them the class, right?
To inform the parents and also inform the student. But what will you do? Email? No, not many students or not many parents will read the email.
Yeah.
WhatsApp is a good choice. Yeah. But how do you do?
Yeah, I put them into a group and then to send it. They send a message to them.
So you add you means you add them into a group, or you select them, and then you send a message. You send a message to them each for each.
Yeah, for some groups, because they are bigger groups, so I make them in a group. And for some smaller one, maybe yeah, I also have some cases which I send to them one by one. Yeah.
Yeah. And for the group, actually, this is also not the effective way. And why? Because really, the sometimes the group is too annoying. Yeah, many students or many parents ask something. Yeah, ask many things in the group, and then your message will just like run away. Yeah, they can't read your message.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. No, I can share that for WhatsApp you cannot like the ping. You cannot ping your message, right? But Telegram you can, right? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe but I know not many students or not many parents use Telegram. Yeah. So if you want them to use Telegram, you need to give them training. Yeah, you need to ask them to download the apps or something like that. Yeah, and it's also one of the way to automate the task. Yeah, first you explain them, yeah, why you want to use Telegram or something like that.
Yeah.
And then if you choose the way to automate the task, and then what's another way? Learn some programming language or try some software. And then, for example, you can use your Excel to manage their phone number and then their name. And then you can send a customized message. For example, hi, XXX. So the XXX is the customized message. For example, hi, Mr. K. Hi, Mr. J. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Eric. Like this. So the rest is a standard message that you want to send to them. Yeah. Our class. For example, due to the COVID-19, our class need to reschedule from Thursday, the date, and like 7 p.m. to like the Friday, 7 p.m. something like that. Thanks for your cooperation. Yeah. If you have any, if you need any clarification, please feel free to call me. Yeah, something like that. So you can give a customized message, but it requires you to learn some new thing, maybe some new tools, some new software. What I know is you don't now. Okay, for email now you don't have to learn the programming language. you can use the Power Automation, which is one of the tools in Microsoft Office family. Yeah, they can help you to send email to person. Yeah, so you don't have to click one by one.
Oh.
And then for WhatsApp, you can't do that. I mean, for the phone apps, you can't do that. You maybe you need some programming. Maybe you need to write some programming language by yourself, but it is very easy. Yeah, so this is also a tech action. It requires you to learn something completely new.
Yeah.
In order to make your thing to make your life easier, to do the thing easier. And if you don't want to learn the programming language, you also can use something like the you also can manage a database. Yeah, use an Excel or use normally we use Excel, but you also can use like Google Sheet also can. Yeah, I think in this case Google Sheet would be better. Yeah, because you can collaborate with another teacher online,
Yeah.
so that you maintain the contact number, and then their name and something like that, and then also their profile, so their information. Yeah, and then you can make it, and then for example you can buy a phone, or maybe you can buy another SIM card. Yeah, or maybe you use your own SIM card, but you try to name them in your contact. Like for example, mathematics class, for example, MATH 2021 01. Let's say like this. Then
Yeah.
and then dash, and then a dash, the name of the parents, of the name of the students, something like this. And you give a standardized name in your contact. You can use like Google Contact to do it. Yeah, and you don't have to set it in your phone one by one. You can use Excel or use Google Sheet to do it, and then you can import the contact into your phone.
Oh.
Yeah, into the Google Contact, and then your phone with the same email address, you can see, you can see the contact in your phone.
Oh, I never done that.
Yeah, so this is also some tools. So for example, like another class is English. Maybe you use BI, or maybe like EGH or something like that, and then dash, and then the name, the parent's name or the student names, or maybe and then you try to make it standardized, and then you try to make it like standardized and also clearer. For example, this year is 2021. And 2021 you have 3 class, so you have to use 2021 01, 2021 02, 03, like this. Otherwise you just use 01, 02, 03. You didn't specify the year, and then next year you have some problem. You definitely will have some problem. And then if you have many grades, you teach student for example, you teach primary 2, primary 3, primary 4, primary 5, primary 6. You definitely will have that problem. So you also maybe you also need to add in like the grade, primary 1 or primary 2, the grade. And then the next year, what can you do? Delete all the contact in your phone, and re-import, and you just need to change 2021 to 2022, the grade primary 3 to primary 4. And then this is one-time thing. Yeah, one you set up, and then every year after that you'll make everything easier once you do. Yeah, but it is a real hard pill. Yeah, most of people don't do that.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, and to be frank, I also didn't aware of this. I
Yeah.
didn't aware of I can do like this.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, and this is the this is what I think. Okay. Sorry. This is the task automation. What I think can can do is applicable for your industry. And I don't have much experience to your industry, but I also know some tools which can like
Can be
automate,
used, right?
automate your task. Yeah,
Mm.
even though I'm not very familiar your job scope like this. Mm.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I only explain something you can apply. Yeah. For
Mm.
something I can apply, I know. Yeah. And then I don't want to spend time to explain here.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Mm. Yeah. So that's all for my sharing. Do you have anything want to add in?
Mm. Yeah. No, and appreciate for pointing out these ways that I can do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's all for our today conversation. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocab or grammar mistakes that we made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like and subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.